welcome. I'm grateful for this opportunity to be here with you today. Obviously, we don't have a Leadership Shelby class for this 2021 year, but we're doing a series of videos to talk about some leadership opportunities that we've had. My name's Chad Scroggins, the class of 2007. I have the unique opportunity to be the county manager for Shelby County. I'm one of only 2 county managers in the state of Alabama out of the 67 counties. Most have a little bit different form of government structure, but I've got that unique opportunity to oversee the day-to-day management of the county's resources and how we implement those resources to serve the public, the general public here in Shelby County. I get the opportunity to kind of lean on some things that I learned in 2007 as a Leadership Shelby County class participant and later an alumni, and have the opportunity to serve on the board of directors for Leadership Shelby County. When I look back on the opportunities I had in 2007, I was able to see really some very diverse things that were going on in our county. And since that opportunity that was afforded to me then, I've been able to kind of help improve and build on some of those opportunities as an employee of Shelby County. I've been able to kind of work over the past so many years in different roles for the county and really be able to implement some of the policies and procedures that the County Commission has set forth for us. Shelby County is a unique place we have here in the central part of the state. We have 808 square miles in Shelby County. There's approximately 220,000 residents within our county, and we here at Shelby County government we're the largest municipal operation in this county at about 600 employees. A little over 200 of those employees are sheriff's office employees. Now, there are 14 municipalities domiciled in Shelby County and 17 total municipalities within the county that have some type of landmass within the county. We provide all kinds of services and partnership opportunities with our municipal partners. We have some great mayors and great city councils in Shelby County, and we've had the opportunity to go in and help improve either their park situations or provide other types of services like the Sheriff's Office contracts with some of our smaller municipalities who don't have their own police departments within their counties. It saves them money and allows those particular municipalities to have all of the resources of our very, very qualified Sheriff's Office. We partner every day with our municipal partners. We have contracts for garbage services that some of our municipalities take advantage of. We provide a very low-cost landfill for them. We provide litter control throughout the municipalities, and some of our municipal partners, we are able to provide animal control services. This unique partnership that we have with our mayors and our municipal partners allows us to provide a better quality of life throughout the 808 square miles of Shelby County. This has been a very unique year in 2020. We will all agree to that, I'm sure. But for me, it's been an opportunity to step into this role and kind of lead through this very unique global pandemic. As the county manager and in the role that I have, I'm able to oversee a lot of day-to-day operations. And so if you will follow me for just a second, I'll walk through some of those different sections. I got everything from budget management to be able to manage all the way down to animal control. The uniqueness of the county manager's role is that you get to put your thumbprint on those different operations and try to improve the customer service that we're providing to our approximately 220,000 residents in Shelby County, and certainly the visitors that come through. We do everything from planning and building permits to the parks and recreational opportunities that we have in Shelby County, recruiting tourism. We've got some very unique assets here in Shelby County, such as Lay Lake and the Coosa River, that we're going to have a very large nationwide bass tournament that's coming here just in a couple months, to Oak Mountain State Park, where we hold what is a regional event for Xterra, but it draws in worldwide competitors for an outdoor triathlon, an off-road type triathlon opportunity. We do everything from garbage services, the management of the landfill. Shelby County has a unique resource in that as well. We have license offices. We're currently under construction for a new license office that'll be part of a county services building on 280. That particular project bid during the COVID-19 global pandemic. And so that actually within itself provided us a unique opportunity. We actually were able to go out to bid and come in under budget because of the situation and the preparedness that we had for that project. We have the regional juvenile detention facility. That's all part of the county manager's operations. And then I get the opportunity to serve on various boards, one of which I've already mentioned in the Leadership Shelby County Board, also 911, 58 Inc. with economic development opportunities. There's a lot of things that this position affords a person the opportunity to do. I thoroughly enjoy helping people. The service to others is the reason why I do the county manager's job. I've had several people ask me, before I took the position, why would you be interested in this position? What makes you, the person to do this job? Well, I like to serve people. I mean, even in my off time, I love the opportunity to go other places and try to help other people. So I find a lot of joy when there is a missed garbage service and we're able to get that problem resolved almost immediately that day. We try to let problems, we don't like to let them sit more than 24 hours. Any phone call, email, or anything that comes into the counties, any of our offices, we like to solve that problem within 24 hours. Some problems obviously are large problems that we can't solve that quickly. Some problems take years and years, especially if they have to do with Federal Highway Administration or ALDOT or some of our other opportunities that are just very complex, obviously like 280 traffic. But that being said, the COVID-19 experience has been one that's allowed us to manage through a crisis. And that's what you have to do sometimes, is manage through that crisis. It's extremely easy to just sit back and shut down. And we did not do that, and we won't do that going forward. You have to manage through that crisis and be able to continue to serve the residents of Shelby County. So during this global pandemic, some of the things that we were able to lean on and some of the reasons we were able to stay in operation, we were one of only 2 counties that stayed open with our courthouse and other operations continuously. We have some advantages here in Shelby County. We have decentralized services where not every service in the county is within the county courthouse. So, for example, some counties have their license office within the county courthouse, and as they had a need to shut down that courthouse, it also shut down their license office. We're unique in Shelby County. Right now we have 3 license offices. So during this global pandemic, we were able to modify our operations and bring all of them into one location while we put up glass and protective barriers in other locations to protect our employees and the general public. Those are some of the unique opportunities we have here, in that particular operation. So we did not shut down our operations. We relied on, our physical assets of being in different locations, but we also relied on our technology that we had implemented in years past. For years now, the County Commission has given us the resources to implement some computer and technological advances, both with the actual hardware devices and also with the systems that we implement to be able to provide services online. So, for example, if you needed to have a tag renewal, we'll go back to that particular subject. If you needed to do a tag renewal because you did not want to come into an office, we had it set up where you could do that. We actually were able to open up, other type services online that weren't done before. So most every service that you might need to do with Shelby County, you had the opportunity to do it online. We're also able to split our staff and work on different types of situations should a COVID positive happen within the accounting department, for example. We implemented our protocol and tested those different protocols during the COVID-19 experience, and we actually split those staffs. So should someone actually develop COVID-19 or get the virus itself and infect others in that particular business unit, we were able to continue operations without having to shut those down. So we tested those very, very early in this whole process. One of the other things I think that's been unique about this experience is we were able to kind of look at how people were using the assets, the recreational assets within Shelby County. During this global pandemic, we've been able to see how places like Oak Mountain State Park have had some extremely high visitor turnouts. If you were to have gone out to Oak Mountain State Park in March, April, May, you would see record numbers of people out there on Monday through Fridays, for example, because a lot of people were working at home. The kids were at home and no longer at school, so people had to get out and have some type of recreational opportunity and still stay socially distanced from others. What we were able to do is kind of, again, lean back on some of the improvements we had made in the past. Most recent were some road and bathroom improvements, but also we looked at the trail system and how they were used. And so we learned that, while the numbers were really high, those that were coming in from out of town that typically use Oak Mountain State Park were no longer using it. We didn't have the visitors that we typically had from out of state. And we'll talk about that in a minute and how that's impacted budgets. But we looked at that, kind of how that social aspect was going on at Oak Mountain State Park and said, okay, what can we do in some of the smaller communities? So for example, I'll use Cobb River Park on the west portion of Shelby County, down County Road 13. We were able to go out and make some connector trails so families could actually go and hike along the Cobb River and be close to the river, but not go through something that was extremely strenuous or require some type of expertise to get out and about through that park. Another one, for example, is in the Forest Park subdivision. We'd had a resident make a request to make some connections for trails so kids didn't have to get out on the streets and roads to get down to the park. So we went out there with a very low cost and were able to build some of those connector trails throughout that particular subdivision so the residents in that particular subdivision could get to a public park more easily and also safer for their kids. We're trying to find ways such as the Dunn Valley Greenway extension, the upcoming Inverness Greenway that will be coming very, very soon to that area after many years. It is an ALDOT project, but we're looking forward to the construction of that project. We're trying to bring these smaller projects to the community, no different than what we're doing with the county services building on 280. We're bringing those services to the community. In that particular building, just to update you, it'll be open summer of 2021. We'll have a license office there. We'll have 4 new ALEA testing agents there that'll be able to provide driver's license tests or STAR IDs. We'll have 911 will be moving there. We'll also have an office for Central Alabama Wellness. So for those who need mental health services, they'll be able to go there in their own community, and the barrier of travel may be reduced for those residents in that area. Back to a little bit of the impact of COVID-19 on budgets, and I mentioned this earlier about having a reduction in out-of-town guests. We've experienced certain months that have between 25 and 60% of a downturn in lodging tax, and we utilize lodging tax here in Shelby County for economic development and tourism projects. So obviously with that downturn, we've had to adjust how many projects, large capital projects, we'll be able to do in FY21 and potentially in FY22. By reducing those large projects, we're actually looking at these smaller projects, like I mentioned, Forest Parks, Cobb River Park, a new trail that'll go in at Alabaster's Thompson High School. These particular smaller trails and smaller walking opportunities and recreational opportunities within the communities are ways that we can take a smaller scale project and put it to where the people are. We anticipate this upcoming year that there'll probably be a downturn in sales tax revenue. While sales tax revenue has been very strong, even through the COVID environment, a lot of people were at home and they were spending money on home improvements. They were at Lowe's and Home Depot and Brown's Lumber here in Columbiana, wherever it may be, and they were spending their funds on home improvement projects. We saw the sales tax in those particular areas and those businesses shoot up, quite frankly, at numbers that were record numbers for them. We anticipate, as the year goes on, that some of these numbers may drop off. To Shelby County residents, when you look at someone in county government, that's 1/2% of sales tax generation. To a municipality, that can have a larger effect. A municipality has between 4% and 5% sales tax, so it can be either an 8-to-1 or a 10-to-1 ratio compared to what we experience here in Shelby County, at the Shelby County government. So, what we are anticipating for ourselves, we're also knowing that it could have a larger impact on some of our municipal partners in the upcoming year. We anticipate that because we understand that unemployment has gone from less than 2% in the early part of this year, January, February of this year, and right now, today, it's at 5.3% in Shelby County. Now, that's still a very low unemployment number at 5.3%, but we were less than 2%. So that means there were a little bit, or right around 4,000 total residents that were able to be employed in Shelby County that did not have a job on February 1st. To today, that number would be closer to about 10,000 residents. That's a significant difference when you look at those percentage points. When there's a higher unemployment rate or people are changing jobs, there's certain situations that are going on, higher medical care costs, maybe higher child care costs because of a variation of school schedules, that will actually impact, obviously, the available cash for someone to spend. So it can impact those sales tax numbers. And we've looked at a lot of studies to actually forecast our budget for FY21 and what those impacts might be. We are very strong in Shelby County with the quality of life and the cost of living that we have. We attract businesses here to Shelby County because of the quality of life. We've got new businesses coming in every day, some that have come in just this week that we're excited to have. We get the opportunity here within the county to work with our economic development partners, not only here at in unincorporated Shelby County and our municipal partners with 58 Inc. in our particular cities, but also with the region with BBA and with the state of Alabama. We actively recruit these businesses, and one of the things that we consistently hear is the quality of our education here in Shelby County with our various public and private school systems, the quality of our park system and the recreational opportunities, and then the opportunities that we're trying to put in the neighborhood to take our services there. They're not all located here in Columbiana, that some of them are in Pelham, and now some of them will be on 280, and that we actually bring those services, to our residents. I was asked, are there certain things that you kind of go by when you're looking at managing through a crisis? For me, I always look at how difficult it is to restart things. If you have an old vehicle that's been sitting there for 5 years and you go out and try to restart that vehicle, you will have issues with that restart. In this situation with the global pandemic of COVID-19, we looked at our operations, and our management team sat down and we discussed how difficult it is to restart. Let me give you a little bit of a statistic that we looked at. On April 1st, we had approximately 1,000 total cases of COVID in the state of Alabama. Today we have 141,000 cases. And we had 2 deaths on April the 1st, and today we have 49 deaths within Shelby County alone. It only took about 7 days for the total statewide cases to go from 1,000 to 2,000. Many days right now, we have 1,000 new cases per day. So if we were shutting down our operations when we had just a few cases in the 1st of April, how in the world were we going to open them up when we were getting 1,000 cases a day? So what we did is learn how to change our operations and make little changes, here and there to provide very safe opportunities to serve our residents of Shelby County and keep those operations going. Again, it's very difficult to know when and how to restart something. So the best thing you can do is keep it going. Find a way to manage through the crisis. And that's one of the driving principles for our management team here at Shelby County during this particular pandemic. We also go by a little bit of principle that just because you can doesn't mean you should. If you think about that and you apply that to different situations in your job or in your life, just because you can doesn't mean you should. Just because you can shut down doesn't mean you should. Just because you can stay open doesn't mean you should. It just depends on the situation. But knowing that principle, sometimes, just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. And so if you think about something and manage some of your decisions based on that, it will change, the operations and how you go through those particular situations. And the last thing I'll leave you with on some of the kind of driving forces that are kind of in my mind as we manage through crisis and manage through these unique situations is one that Teddy Roosevelt said. I'm particularly fond of his work when he, developed some of the national park system and some of the outdoor resources that we love. But he says this: in any moment of decision, the best thing you can do is the right thing. The next best thing you can do is the wrong thing, and the worst thing you can do is nothing. And if you think about that, the best thing you can do is get it right the first time. The second best thing you can do is try your best, but you may get it wrong. The worst thing you can do is do nothing, because if you do nothing, you're certainly going to fail. You're certainly not going to get it right if you're doing nothing, and you're not helping anyone. You're not trying at all. Some of the things that we did, we kept going. We did make mistakes with certain operations, and we changed and fluctuated what we were doing to make a change or a restart or a reconnection or a new direction to be able to provide those services to our residents of Shelby County. We'll continue to do that. We're always open for suggestions. We've got all kinds of opportunities for you to participate or communicate with us. You certainly can email our office. If you see anything out on the roadways, we have an email address at eyes@shelbyal.com that you can send anything and it gets redirected to the right department. We need you as our eyes. If you have suggestions about new opportunities within your neighborhoods that you would like to see, let us know. We can't do them all, but we certainly can try our best to try to find a solution that meets the needs of our residents. Our office is always open. We work 24/7, every day of the year. We're open 24 hours a day. So if you have something that we can help you with, let us know. Certainly help us make Shelby County a better place through your actions and the things that you do to make the quality of life better in Shelby County. I would encourage you to take a few minutes and go to discovershelby.com. At that website, you can see all of the different parks that are located within Shelby County, whether it be a municipal park or one of the county parks, or Oak Mountain State Park, which is a state park that the county has a lot of involvement with. But take the opportunity to go to discovershelby.com. You'll be able to see the events that are coming up in our county, throughout the county, and the different opportunities that we have for you to better experience the different aspects of Shelby County. DiscoverShelby.com is a place where you can go at any point in time and learn more about your county, more about places to take your family, and more about events that are going on within our county.